Hello and welcome. I'm Tauni, and today's Vinyasa yoga class is going to incorporate several twists, the deepest of which is going to be revolved pyramid pose. I personally require a block for that pose to help me with my alignment, so it might be beneficial to you. So if you have one, I would go ahead and grab that just in case. And as always, be sure and listen to your body, work within a range of motion that is best for you, and let's just enjoy our time on the mat. So give what you need, and let's get started. We're going to begin our class on our backs. So lower down to the mat, keeping the knees bent. I invite you to close your eyes, rest your hands there on your midsection, and begin to turn all your focus to your body and your breath. Beginning to lengthen both the inhale and the exhale. May your practice today be free of expectations and judgments, and instead full of acceptance and gratitude. I invite you to set your own personal intention for your time on the mat. Let's move our arms up into goalpost shape, elbows bent. Separate the feet and then drop both knees over to the right. Then over to the left. Then bringing both knees into the chest. Circling your ankles one direction and then the other. Begin to rock forward and back. Come up to have a seat. Reach the arms over your head. And exhale that right arm down and take a lateral stretch through that right side. Reach both arms up and exhale to the other side. Lifting and placing the opposite leg in front, reaching your arms over the head. Take that right hand over to the left knee for seated twist, lengthen, and then as you exhale, turn your gaze over your shoulder. As you inhale, arms come over the head, lengthen the spine. Exhale to the other side. So use that inhale to lengthen and the exhale to come a little bit deeper in the twist, again within a safe range of motion for you. Releasing from our twist, coming to all fours into a tabletop position. Begin to flow through cow and cat. So inhale, open up the chest, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round the spine. Again, inhaling, open up. Exhale, lift. One more time. Finding a neutral spine. Take that right leg behind you, shift the weight back, starting to stretch into the calf muscles, pressing through that heel. Then coming forward, extend the right leg straight out to the side from the hip and walk forward into this version of puppy dog pose. Hips lifting, chest lowering. Walking the hands back in, leg comes behind you, and come into bird dog pose, extending the left arm. Back to tabletop. Left leg behind you, toes down, shift that weight back. Weight comes forward, leg extends straight out from the hip. Walk out for puppy dog pose variation. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Extend that leg behind you. Bird dog pose. Right arm, left leg extended. Coming into downward facing dog. Feet hip distance apart, hands shoulder distance. Putting weight even into the fingers. Begin to alternate bending your knees, pedaling out your feet. Holding in down dog. Take your right hand to the center of the mat as the left hand reaches back for the right ankle for twisting down dog. Switching sides, left hand to the center of the mat, right hand over to the left ankle. Really start to notice your ab muscles pulling in. Come forward into high plank. Shoulders right over the wrist, lengthening through the top of the head and pressing back through the heels. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands backwards towards your feet. Deeply bend the right knee and take the left hand up. Standing twist. Switching sides, bending the left knee. Right leg straightens, right arm comes up. Forward fold. Walk out to high plank. Really start to engage every muscle in the body. You are strong. And anytime you need more support, simply just take the knees to the mat. One more breath in. One more breath out. Downward facing dog. Look forward and step to the top of your mat. Come into a half lift, hands to the shins for support. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up, high mountain pose, arms over your head. Take that right arm down and stretch through the side body. Inhale, arms over your head. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, arms over the head. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen the spine and step your right foot back. And drop the knee to the mat for a kneeling lunge. Reaching your arms over your head. Begin to sink forward, enjoying that nice stretch for the front of the thigh. Taking the hands to the mat, step back to high plank. Shift forward and lower all the way to the mat in a straight line with the body. Lift for cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg up for one leg dog. Step the right foot forward, back knee to the mat. Kneeling lunge, arms over the head. Find your stretch. Taking the hands down, lift that back knee, step the back foot forward, lengthen, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. As you lengthen, step that left foot back this time, taking the knee to the mat. Kneeling lunge, rise up. Bringing the hands to the mat, step back for high plank. Shift forward and lower to the mat. Lift the chest for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the left leg up, one leg dog. Stepping the foot forward, back knee to the mat. Rise up, kneeling lunge. Bringing the hands down, step that back foot forward, lengthen the back, and fold. Inhale, high mountain, arms up over your head. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping the right foot back, high lunge, keeping the back knee lifted. Reach your arms up over your head. Find balance and stability. Bringing the hands to the mat, step back, high plank. Shift forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Sweep the right leg up. Step the foot forward, high lunge. Shoulders over hips, eyes forward. Bringing the hands to the mat, step that back foot forward, lengthen the spine, half lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up, high mountain pose. Last time through, forward fold. Stepping the left foot back, high lunge. Be sure your front knee is over your ankle. Taking the hands to the mat, step back, high plank. Shift chaturanga, elbows in. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Lifting the left leg up. Step the foot forward. Rise up, high lunge. Exhale the hands to the mat. Step that back foot forward. Lengthen the spine. Forward fold. Inhale, rising up. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Sit back into chair pose. Breathe. Let's hold in chair for a few breaths. Keeping the back straight. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Step back to high plank. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale to your back bend of up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Take this time to check in, to breathe. Been generating some heat with that movement. Lifting the right leg up for one leg dog. Stepping the foot forward, high lunge. Open to warrior two, back heel to the mat. Begin to straighten your forward leg, reach forward, triangle pose. This is a great place for a block as well. Just maintain that alignment over that forward leg. Sweep that arm back and down, step back to downward facing dog. Extending the left leg up. Stepping the left foot forward, high lunge. Warrior two. Straighten that forward leg, reach forward, lengthen through the side body, triangle pose. Circling that arm to the mat, step back, high plank, chaturanga. Upward facing and downward. Adding on, one leg dog, right leg lifts. Stepping forward, high lunge. Warrior two. Straightening the forward leg, triangle pose. Option to add that overhead extension. Circle that arm back and down, pyramid pose. Keeping that back heel anchored, you might have to shorten your stance, leveling your hips. Shift your weight forward, lift into warrior three, back leg up, Virabhadrasana, three. Again, working towards level hips. Chair pose, arms overhead, knees bent. Inhale, lift up, high mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, down dog. Left leg extends up. Step forward, high lunge. Warrior two. Straighten, lean forward, triangle pose, again with the optional arm extension over the head. Circle that arm down to the mat, leveling the hips, pyramid pose. So I always have to give that little bunny hop with that back foot in, leveling the hips. Begin to shift the weight forward, lengthening the back, lift into warrior three. Chair pose. Rise up, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, down dog. Take several breaths here. You can always take a child's pose. We're gonna do that one more time through and add on our revolved triangle pose or revolved pyramid. Lifting the right leg. Step that foot forward. Warrior lunge. Warrior two. Straighten, lean over, come into your triangle pose. Circle that arm, set it up for pyramid. Lengthen, we're gonna revolve, taking the right arm up, revolved pyramid pose. Bringing the hand down, shift forward, warrior three. Chair. Bring your feet and knees together for me, hands to the heart, sink deeply. Take your right elbow outside of left knee, twisting chair, glance down, knees are glued together. Return to chair pose, extend your arms. Forward fold. Half lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, down dog. Last time through, lifting the left leg. Stepping forward, high lunge. Warrior two. Lengthen, triangle pose. Circle the arm, pyramid. Moving into revolved pyramid, lengthen, taking the right hand to the floor or block, or maybe even to your shin, begin to twist. Taking the hand down, shifting your weight, warrior three. Chair pose. Hands to heart. Sink, breathe in. As you exhale, engage your ab muscles, twist. Left elbow outside of right knee. Turning to face the front, extend your arms. Chair. Rise to mountain pose, Tadasana. Moving into tree pose. We're going to balance on the left foot. Turn the right out. You're always welcome to keep that kickstand or move the foot below or above the knee. And take your arms wherever they work best for you, for your balance. Come out of the pose and switch sides. Be sure you stand nice and tall. Find something out in front of you that is not moving to gaze on. And releasing back to mountain pose, Tadasana. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift. Step back to downward facing dog. Come forward onto all fours. Walk those hands back. Find bird dog pose. Right arm, left leg. We're going to begin to flow. As you inhale, you're extended. As you exhale, round the spine, elbow to knee, and lengthen back out. At your own pace. Really focusing here on that midsection, our core center. 2 more times. And hold your pose. Take just the hand to the mat. You're going to pivot that right leg out like a kickstand and lift into a supported side plank. So you want that knee under the hip. Take a breath in. As you exhale, I want you to kick the foot forward, rounding the spine. Reach for the foot and extend back out. Again, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend. Continue. Do your best to keep that lifted leg parallel to the floor. Let's do about 3 more. Really squeeze. Last one. Come back to all fours. Lower your body down to the mat. Arms to your sides, lift into locust pose. Lifting the chest, lifting the back of the legs. Release and press back to child's pose. Return to all fours. Extend the right leg back, left arm forward for bird dog, and then begin to flow. Inhale, exhale, round, bringing the belly muscles in, ab muscles contracted, and extend. Continue at your own pace. Let's do about 3 more. Hold the pose. Hand comes down. Kick that foot out like a kickstand, supported side plank. Take that breath in, and then as you exhale, kick forward, reach for the foot, and lengthen back out. Continue. So think crunch. You squeeze those ab muscles. Also working into the hip, that inner and outer thigh, those obliques. Three more. And come back down. Let's lower our bodies to the mat one more time. Lifting into our locust pose with the option to go into bow. Bending the knees, reaching for the ankles, and kicking the feet into the hands. So if this pose doesn't work for you, obviously locust is your option. And release child's pose. Moving into downward facing dog. And now pigeon pose on the right side, bringing the right knee in and out to the side, lowering the body and walking out. So if this gives you any discomfort or you feel like you're falling over, you can always use a block for support under the hip, or just flip over and come into the figure 4 stretch. Begin to lift the chest, walking the hands back in. Remaining here in a lifted standard pigeon or bending the back leg, reaching back hand to foot, and perhaps finding balance. Coming back into downward facing dog. Add any movement here that feels good for your body. And then moving into pigeon on the left side. Again, make any adjustments that you might need. Begin to come up, and again choosing to stay or bending that back leg, reaching back. finding balance. Downward facing dog. One more time. Again, movement, whatever feels good for you. And then come forward and have a seat on your mat. Extending both legs, reaching up, seated fold. We're going to start to roll down nice and slow, bringing the knees into the chest. Little massage here for your back. Then placing the feet on the mat, arms to your sides. Lift into bridge pose, pressing your hips up, walking the shoulders in and down. Releasing and coming into reclining butterfly. Feet connected, knees wide. Lifting the knees back up, we're going to do bridge pose one more time. And for those of you who want to practice wheel, if that is in your practice, you are welcome to move into that pose. I'm going to bring you into bridge though. And then from here, make your choice to stay or move the hands by the ears and continuing to press up. Lowering out of your pose, knees to chest. Keeping the right knee in, extend the left leg out to the mat. Drop the leg across for your spine twist. Shoulders to the mat. Rolling to your back and switching sides. Left knee pulls in and drop into your twist. Coming onto your back, arms to your sides, extend both legs up for waterfall pose. This is the inversion we're doing today. Just lifting our legs above our heart. Bending the knees. Let's move into reclining butterfly one more time. Hands to your midsection. I invite you to softly close your eyes.
attention and focus to your body and your breath. Moving into our final resting pose of Shavasana. With arms to our sides with the palms up. Releasing all the muscles in the legs, the feet naturally drop away from each other. Softening the belly and the back, the shoulders, releasing the jaw, and simply finding stillness. Beginning to add small movements into the body, to the hands and feet. And bending the knees and rolling to your side into a fetal position. The head just resting on your arm. I want to encourage you today to find joy in the little things. To smile at a stranger, to say hello, to do something kind for someone you love. It's the little things that make the world a better place. Help yourself up to have a seat on your mat. You did beautifully. Hopefully you feel amazing and better than, in some way, than when we started the class. Let's bring our hands to our hearts, and from my heart to yours, namaste. Have a blessed day, and thanks again for joining me.